Hey everybody, this is Raven from House of Samson, and you're listening to the Enhanced Rant Podcast, a podcast where 21st century issues can be discussed filled with insightful point of views which can either be relatable or debatable. This is perfect for people who love to gain knowledge and are an active part of the society. Today we're talking about Disgrashada, a poem written by Erlinda Aguero with my housemates Chin Chin,
Hello, guys.
Calvin,
Hi guys.
Era,
Hello.
Aubrey,
Hello, hello.
Lawrence,
Hello.
and Simon,
Hi.
who are going to elaborate the meaning behind the poem and distinguish what 21st century issues it portrays.
So let's start with the poem itself. The poem says, "That's the movie showing next street. But so what, and I, if they call it disgrace? Because they say you're a mother but not a wife." Someone said, a poet from somewhere, that a rose by any name would smell as sweet. How good it will be to have a child to bring up who will roll you a plum leaf cigarette, especially a girl who will rouse you from a bad dream and sing while darning the traces of your sweat. And if a boy, he will know how to fetch water, slide down the coconut tree, and let dance the bamboo pole. So there, who then is truly disgraced? The poor mother who is not a wife, or the wife who is neither child or husband?
Wow. The poem really has a great impact when you read for the first time. And I think especially to those women of society and those women who experience the same situation as the characters in the poem.
Yes, I agree. Even from the point of view of a man, I really think that poem has such a deep and dark meaning behind it.
Well, I think that's because the speaker in the poem clearly talks about women, and that gets me to the conclusion that the speaker itself is a woman too. I think the speaker wanted to share the truth behind every woman who experiences being pregnant at an early age. And it can even apply to those women who are victims of rape and got pregnant.
So basically, what we are talking about here is about discrimination against women who got pregnant at early age, or basically out of wedlock. This poem is trying to show the struggles, suffering, and all the injustices they are facing through their everyday lives.
That's correct. A lot of women in our society experiences this kind of injustices. People call them names and judge their whole personality based on what we see on the surface.
Dishonor, disrepute, loss of reputation, or respect as the result of a dishonorable action. This is what most people think of when they encounter unplanned pregnancy or teenage pregnancy.
Come to think of it, it is really a dishonorable action to be a mother without the wedding ring. I like this poem because it's very timely, and I think this type of topic should be discussed more.
I agree, especially in our generation, where teenage pregnancy is becoming more prominent and becoming more common these days.
That's true. I mean, this is an important matter because the ones who are suffering are the youth. And I know the younger generation still have so much to learn and they needed enough attention and guidance in these kinds of situations.
To dive deep down into this poem, it tells us that people make mistakes, and these mistakes are caused by several lacking factors and not because we want them to happen.
This greatly reaches out into the society, where people's minds are hypocritical and judgmental. People are strongly influenced by the stereotypes of the society.
People always have something against someone who doesn't have the same belief as them or doesn't practice the same tradition as them. Also, no matter what we do, some people will find ways to criticize and discourage us. So don't live for their satisfaction. For you were not born to satisfy them, or better yet, live your life the way you want because you know yourself better than anyone else.
I love how it enlightens the rising issue about discrimination against teenage pregnancy and how society reacts to it. Because today, it has become the top problem of society. I think this isn't the only trying to reach out for the teenagers, but also to the parents of the society.
I agree. Parents should pay attention in giving enough guidance to their children, especially in making them understand intimate relationships.
Right. Through the young fellow will know what's right and what's wrong. I think the speaker wanted to show the values that hide behind this poem. And I think that is to watch out and be careful of our choices, decisions, and especially our actions in life. And disclaimer, I'm not saying that those women are at fault because they do not think wisely but I just want to give awareness and guidance to my fellow youth, boys and girls, to be responsible enough what is the right thing to do and to think of the consequences they might face.
But unfortunately, you must remember that no matter what we do, some people will find ways to criticize and discourage us. So don't live for their satisfaction, for you were not born to satisfy them all. Better yet, live your life the way you want because you know yourself better than anyone else.
I just want to say to all the people of the world, especially women, that no matter what people call you, they may call you a disgrace or shameful because of the mistakes you've made. It doesn't define you. Your mistakes do not represent who you are. It's how you try to fix that mistake that defines who you are.
This poem greatly spreads awareness, especially to the youth community and in today's generation. We are all aware how wide and the perspective society can be. How ironic that the poem talks about something that has a negative vibe, but the message it conveys truly says all things have its purpose, and there is no room for negative thoughts in this situation.
I just want to say to all the women who are in this situation that you are not any less of a woman because you are not married and have a child. In reality, you have just got something to treasure. Even though it comes from a bad place, you must be grateful for the gift of life.
To end today's episode, I will leave something for you, dear listeners. This is women empowerment. Women are strong in their own ways. We must always remember that no one can make us feel inferior without our consent.
And that's all for today's episode. Thank you for listening to the Enhanced Strand podcast. I hope you pick up a lot of learning in today's episode. Thank you for tuning in until the next ranting session. Bye!